So some of you may think, well, that's great. That's Cuba. This is Silicon Valley. Very different. And I agree, it is very different here. We have different challenges and so forth. But I want to leave you encouraged also. I want to introduce you to Candy and Grant Farrar. So Grant is a missionary to Spain. Anybody been to Spain before? Okay. The gospel is just thriving there, right? Like Europe, right? So he came on vacation back to the Bay Area. They're from San Leandro, East Bay, for 4 months. And recently he picked up the book called Contagious Disciple Making and started reading it, and he's like, whoa, this is what I've been looking for. This is exactly, this is kind of like talk about those principles and in a way that we can start to reach Madrid and some of the other areas. But he started applying it here in the Bay Area. In November, he wrote me this email. So I'd like to read this to you real quick. Hey, Hermie and Elmer, I just wanted to give you an update. We are seeing more people catching the vision for discovery groups and DMM. We still need to see them multiply to the second generation. So we haven't seen this yet, but we are seeing some of the first signs of it happening. My son-in-law's mother is in our weekly discovery group. This is in San Leandro. Last week was our 4th meeting, and she told us that she had shared with her boss at work and was going to start a discovery group with her. That is our first sign of it starting to multiply. It's exciting. She is an unbeliever still. She hasn't committed her life fully to Christ, but showing seriousness in what she is learning and beginning to obey. Also, my son-in-law's sister-in-law, I know, also in this group, says she has begun to share with 3 of her friends about beginning a discovery group. As far as I know, they haven't started that yet. My son-in-law's Bobby has a brother who is in the City Team program in San Jose, and also doing discovery group every week. They visit him every Saturday, and he shows them his notebook and how he does the discoveries, and they are super thankful for what that program is doing for them. There are 3 new groups beginning in San Leandro, as well as the 2 that are going. We will still train others and praying for them to find persons of peace. We'll look later on what a person of peace is. Persons of peace, and begin a discovery group. Your prayers are much appreciated. We have been training a group of college students each week, and for the last month, training in discovery group principles. 2 weeks ago, one of them led a girl to Christ, and then had their first discovery group meeting. They both loved it and now are inviting others. He talks about training some people in Kazakhstan, and they are beginning groups in colleges. Then he talks about, he just came off an hour video call with a young Hungarian brother who happens to be an engineer, and he's training him. He's starting a discovery group. And he asked for prayer. He's a 24-year-old. He says, praise God for these answers to prayer. The vision is catching on, but Lord willing, we will see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th generations of groups come out of these first generation groups. We appreciate prayer for persistence in prayer and coaching to see this happen. This is just happening in the Bay Area, in our backyard. Does it look like Cuba? No, it doesn't. But he was just encouraging. He's like, man, the Bay Area is fertile soil for the Great Commission. He says, I just wish that the church and Christians would just start to believe that. Because we're a little bit in like a spiritual sleepwalk. And especially in the marketplace, a lot of Christians have become very timid and don't want to live out their faith there. So I hope that encourages you. This is the group of students that meet. And they even have someone Skyping from Rome. That's part of this discovery group. So technology is definitely definitely helping getting the gospel out. All right, how are we doing so far?
Good.